Hi guys, what's going on and welcome back to another episode of Total War Arena. So we are back with more Javelins. I know it's becoming a bit of a regular topic of my videos at the moment, but I am really enjoying them, so it's kind of what I've been grinding up for the past sort of week or so. That's why this is like the third Javelin video in about a week. But we are finally on to the tier 6 Javelins, the Velites. So far pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with these guys. I've been playing them a bit, so I've managed to start to get them a little bit upgraded. I'd already carried over the weighted Augustan Javelin from the previous on the tier 5, but I went straight for the tuned Augustan Javelin. So they actually plan out pretty similarly, but the main difference is you sacrifice a small amount of weapon damage, but you get an increased reload time, which is the first time we've encountered reload time reduction in the Javelins so far, and it's quite nice. It's a stat actually I've never really looked at, but it has a 3.6 base, and which is now reduced to 3.3. I assume that may be seconds between each throw, but I don't know. So yeah, 10% increase to rate of fire. It's quite a good increase to DPS, effectively, or damage per second of the unit. So well worth having over the standard one. After that, obviously, we've got some shields to upgrade. I'll certainly be going for the next one because I'm not really bothered about shield armor, but missile block chance is certainly something useful, and the +9 missile block chance is pretty good. And I already carried over the little bit of wolf headwear, which obviously looks pretty cool. So, yeah, pretty good. Nice improvement. The other big change with these guys we get now onto tier 6 is the Hurl. I went to +35% missile weapon range, which is actually quite significant and is quite nice. I'm quite impressed with it. It's only 10 seconds, and you do get that negative movement speed modifier afterwards, so you have to be careful. You know, don't use it if you've got some fast barbarian marksmen charging you down, because you're going to need all your speed to kind of get away. But yeah, I find it pretty effective. I find that a lot of other Javelin players don't seem to make use of this ability. I'm assuming it carries over to some of the other tiered units. No, it doesn't. Maybe that's why you're not seeing it. It doesn't. It seems to disappear at tier 7. But effectively, because that 35% range means that you can sort of get in range of enemy Javelin men, activate Hurl, and be able to throw Javelins at them while they are not in your range. And that's pretty useful, because you can pretty decimate them very quickly if it pans out. And so yeah, quite like that. Other than that, obviously Consumables, I am still taking the infantry caltrops, because they're still quite useful even following the recent nerfs. We have had a new consumable in the form of the Shield Maker, which gives a slight increase to missile block chance, which would be nice. It's not an unuseful ability. Although the missile block chance is pretty low at the moment, so it probably isn't going to make that much difference. But if you had 2 slots, I'd take it, but I think infantry caltrops are probably more useful than Shield Maker at the moment anyway. So I think that's enough about my rambling. Let's hop into the first game and see how we get on. So, we are loading in. Where am I going to go? Not that many places left. Let's go over here. Looks like we've got pretty decent matchmaking. Mix of tier 6s and tier 5s, so we're sort of roughly top tier. Hopefully no tier 7s loitering around in the background. But let's see what we get. Obviously I want to try and stay with some friendly infantry. There's a reasonable amount of cavalry kicking around on our team. So we've got to watch out that, because the enemy is probably going to have a similar setup. Well, he's gone for a very wide range of different units. Javelins, cavalry and an infantry. Well, I'll take some micromanaging. So I'm going to push down here, probably towards the forest edge, particularly if these spearmen are going to do the same thing. That would be quite nice. Yes, I found these guys to be particularly quick when you're not running in the water. They will do about 6.1 meters a second over standard normal ground with both whip and dash activated. Let's see if we can get that now. Yeah, about 6.1, and then about 6.3 on roads. So they are nigh on cavalry speeds when they've got their movement buffs activated, which is pretty cool. Obviously, very good. Looks like we're pushing up hard here. We've got these elite companions who are going to be a problem for us. They're going to leave us pretty vulnerable, I think. What are we going to do about them? Other than just try and keep away from them, I guess. We have to be really alert as we move in here. Looks like these Principes obviously don't want to get involved in this fight, which is understandable. Can't see anything else ranged, so nothing that immediately looks like a threat to me. Let's just move up, see what we can do. We'll activate Hurl, just to get the range. See how much we do against their Testudos. Nothing. So We don't affect them. Wow, that was a very effective javelin throw on their part. Let's try and move out of the way. Oh dear. Dear. That was quite painful. Obviously we've got a massive speed debuff from being hit. I'm surprised those javelins did quite so much damage to us. Obviously need to get better shield to get better missile block. Looks like no one really wants to get involved in a fight. So it's kind of making it a bit hard, particularly when there's so much cavalry loitering around, which means I can't really leave these spears. Spears really aren't the best thing to be around either, because I'm kind of vulnerable to these guys. Look like that. I've just got to try and stay permanently alert. I don't think I can damage these guys, which I can't. I took a little bit less damage there because we're facing them frontally. I don't think we can do a lot until any action really starts. Looks like our cavalry are doing a reasonable job of focusing down some of theirs, which is obviously what we want. Looks like these guys are going in for the kill, so let's move up, see if we can get anything on these cavalry. Let's go for Hurl, see if we can get a volley off. We can, but we didn't do a lot much damage to it. Just keep an eye out for enemy cavalry. There we go, getting a little bit more damage on these guys now. But obviously our Hurl has ended, unfortunately. But friendly cavalry has turned up. Right, that's good. So, let's start to move over this way a little bit. Looks like there's quite a good opportunity to get some shots in the side here without causing too much friendly fire, I would have thought. Which is exactly what we want to do.
On my mark.
Get a bit of focus fire in there as well. Okay, this is much more what we want. Look at that amount of damage. Good. Looks like a fight's breaking out there. We're a little in the centre. Looks like we killed quite a bit of the enemy cavalry, which is exactly what we wanted. We're just now focusing down on these guys. This guy's pushing way too much. These Principes are coming from me, which is fine. Let's deploy caltrops and then retreat behind it. See what we can do damage-wise on this guy. We should be able to take him out pretty quickly. He's not got that much left of his units. Even in Testudo, particularly if he's going to face his back on me. Don't stop. And the last few there. Gosh. Okay, let's move up and start to look for our other opportunities. We can certainly do a focus fire into this volley here. And frankly, we might be able to get a normal volley in without causing too much casualties. Yeah, we're sort of outweighing the friendly fire, particularly considering this seems to be a lost fight. Oh, we did kill that poor guy there, which is unfortunate. We are massively losing base. Maybe we should be looking to go back. Okay, let's stop that. Let's have a look what we're doing here. I'm just sort of fighting on here. I should maybe consider going back. These guys are under quite a lot of threats. Let's try and get some damage on their flanks. Which obviously we are doing. Oh, we can also activate prescription as well, which what we should be doing. Our allies have routed there. It's very hard to know what to do without causing too much friendly fire damage. How is the base looking? Not exactly good, so maybe we should look at getting back. If we can. Because there's quite a lot of enemy threatening forces in the base. Although we are kind of vulnerable to all the enemy cav that are loitering around. And it looks like I just whipped one of my units into rout, which is pretty stupid. So let's activate dash and whip, just move as quickly as we can. Looks like we've got a good reset on their base cap. We've had to do a reasonable amount of damage. I mean, as you see, these guys are pretty good for applying damage, particularly onto the back of Romans and stuff like that. We've caused a little bit of friendly fire. It's always a bit of a balancing act, obviously, because they're not super accurate. So it's kind of a bit of a hard one to determine accurately. Looks like we've now properly reset the enemy base cap, which is what we wanted to do. It'd be nice if we could get back and get a little bit more damage, but we may end up capping out before we get the opportunity to actually get back. Keep those speed boosts activated as we fly across the battlefield. Come on, javelins, run! Don't you go into the back. I want to throw javelins in them. If you're going to go into the back, you're going to stop me from doing that. There we go. There's more of an opportunity. Well, how much friendly fire will we cause? Only well, a little, but not too much. Because it sort of looks like these enemies are sort of pacing out a bit. We'll deploy a caltrops here. Oh, there we go. The battle is over anyway. Hopefully we didn't cause too much friendly fire there in the end. So that was quite a good battle. I quite enjoyed that one. Let's see how we did on the final score. We killed the most enemies in the battle. That's not surprising. Javelins do have a tendency to do that. Just short of 2,000 aggression damage and a very few little cap reset points. So yeah, these Javelins are pretty powerful. They're pretty similar to the tier 5s, but they've just got slightly increased the damage or rate of fire, particularly in this case. Looks like that we've got quite a lot of experience in that game, so we've now got enough to get these upgraded shield, which is what I want. And nicely, this shield also is applicable for the Roman infantry as well, so you might as well have it because I'm not going down that line, but something I'll do later on. So that's boosted our missile block chance now to 40, which is pretty reasonable. Obviously, if we also applied that with the possible consumable, then it would be 44 missile block chance, which, while not good, is getting in the right direction. And I also noticed briefly when I was looking to see if the Hurl still applied, that these guys get a raised shield, which gives a plus 30 missile block chance, which, considering the base stats of 32, 38 possibly with the shield, unless any of the helmets do. So that's going to be 38 plus 30, so 68 when you get to tier 7, which is going to be really good. So it's really promising for the rest of the tech tree that we're going to be getting some really good missile block chance, and actually a chance to fight off those liming slingers, which can be quite a pain if you get caught in the open by them. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give the video a like. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel for more Total War Arena content. And thanks guys, shall see you all on the next video.